Today I'm going to talk about the Malaysian ancient history in total. Um, the history of Malaysia. The humans have lived in what is now Malaysia for at least 40 to 50 years. Certain modern individuals...
50,000.
50,000. Sorry.
But the country of Malaysia, I think, appeared on the map quite recently.
Yeah. A modern indigenous people named Negritos by Europeans may be descended from the first inhabitants and are distinguished by their extreme genetic divergence from most other populations and from modern African peoples.
So people came from Africa to Malaysia, yes?
Yeah, at first. And then this implies that their ancestors were isolated on the Malay Peninsula for a very long time. Later, immigration based from southern China and from Cambodia included the ancestors of modern Malays who brought technologies such as farming, metallurgy to the archipelago between 20,000 and 5,000 years ago. By the 3rd century
BC,
before Christ, Indian traders had begun to bring aspects of their culture to the early kingdoms of the Malaysian Peninsula, and then the Chinese traders likewise appeared some 200 years later. By the 4th century, the Malay words were being written in the Sanskrit alphabet, and many Malays practice Hinduism and Buddhism. So the first what they practice in Malaysia is Hinduism and Buddhism, because like after the Africans leave, the China people and the Indian people came here.
So Africans were pagans.
Yeah. Yes.
And then they...
Yeah. So then before 6000 CE, Malaysia was controlled by dozens of smaller kingdoms. Then before E71, most of the area was incorporated into the Sriwijaya Empire, which was based on what is now Indonesia Sumatra. So last time Indonesia Sumatra was called Sriwijaya Empire. Sorry, can read, right?
Yeah, well, it's not necessary to read. Just
okay. Then Sriwijaya was maritime empire which controlled 2 key narrows in the Indian Ocean, trade routes, the Malacca and the Sunda Straits. And then, as a result, all goods passing between...
Try not to read, but just speak as a previous call.
Yeah. Okay, means this Sriwijaya Ocean was where the people used to do like some kind of business, like they do barter systems, in between the Malacca and the Sudan Straits. And then the Arabia and the other parts of the world along the routes got through Sriwijaya also. The Arabic people also came into the world, into the, what do you call that? Pulau is what? Island, yeah. Into the island, and they made business with them as well. And then in 1402, the descendants of the Sriwijaya called the Parameswara founded a new state at Malacca. So like Malacca, the state in Malaysia is formed by Parameswara. Then the Malacca Sultanate became the 5th powerful state centered in modern day Malaysia. Parameswara soon converted from Hinduism to Islam. So the first person who Islam was, these pyramids were from Hinduism.
When did it happen?
In 1402.
1402.
Yeah. And then he changed his name as Sultan Iskandar Shah. And then Malacca was one of the important part of the states, Malaysia now, which was called Tanah Melaka. And then the Chinese Admiral Cheng He and early Portuguese explored the York globes
Can I see your watch?
he's a European people who came to Malaysia. And then the Portuguese seized Malacca in 1511. And then, but the local rulers fled south and established new capital at Johor Lama. So these people went to Johor Lama when Portuguese came. And then in 1641, the Dutch East India Company, DEIC, allied itself with the Sultanate of Johor, and together they drove the Portuguese out of Malacca. So with the help of Dutch East India Company, they chased Portuguese away from Malacca.
But probably you will tell us
Medicines in Malaysia. So in Malaysia, traditional complementary medicines were classified into 6 major groups, which are traditional Malay medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, traditional Indian medicine, homeopathy, complementary medicine, and Islamic medical practice. These are the 6 major practices they had in Malaysia.
now.
And yeah, now.
Because homeopathy appeared in the 19th century in Western Europe. So it's a very recent Western medicine, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So, but, okay.
So these medicines were in the wellness and the therapeutic, were divided by 2, therapeutic and wellness. So if you see the Islamic medical practice, it's called Ruqyah by therapeutics. Okay, then the traditional Malay medicines were herbal medicines and urut Melayu massage, and then indigenous massage and bekam, cupping. Okay, if you see back in Malaysia, how they treat people is using massage. Even when you're injured or what, they usually go for massagers. They don't really go for doctors. Even now, sometimes, like let's say you fall down, your leg is, what do you call this? Aching. The nerves, I don't know.
Join.
Is it Thai massage or something different?
It's different because the medicine they use, it's a kind of oil they take from the roots of the trees. So they'll use it to massage, and they have their own ways of massaging. Like if you are massaging it different way, you might cause harm for the nerves and everything.
So they use roots for massage?
Yeah, the roots of the trees, some of the medicine trees, they extract the oil from the roots.
And use them
for massaging, yeah. And then the traditional Chinese medicine is herbal medicines like acupuncture, moxibustions, and tunology and cupping. Cupping is also followed by Chinese as well, like Malays. Like cupping is.
Yeah, we also use
right?
Yeah, so we have also cupping here in Russia traditionally. Even in hospitals, it's quite often routinely used. Especially when you have pneumonia and some lung diseases, cupping on your back is quite popular and still used.
Like the herbal
in normal hospitals.
So, like for the herbal medicines for the Chinese people, they are also following the roots. The roots of the trees and ginseng.
Ginseng.
Yeah, that's what they follow. And then
Ginseng in Russian it's ginseng.
Ginseng.
It's the same.
And also acupunctures, where you treat. Sometimes it's to remove all the air in the body aching and all. Even though they practice it. Next is the traditional medicines, Indian medicines, Ayurveda, and Siddha Unani. An example of it is yoga, meditation.
Yeah, well, and about Ayurveda we will have
Yeah.
the next talk.
And homeopathy is a mixture of all the herbs they use to treat sickness, illness, and
Homeopathy, in Western sense, it's the use of very diluted solutions, yes, with minimal amount of drugs for treatment of a disease. And the main principle of homeopathy is to treat disease by remedy which cause similar symptoms. This is the main. Is it popular in Malaysia?
Can be said so also, because there are states and sub-states which having the clinics of homeopathy.
That's interesting.
But then some of the clinics doesn't practice the ancient medicines. They are using modern
Okay,
medicines.
who is
as well.
practicing this? Are these medicine men or licensed doctors? Who are doing this practice?
Okay, like near to my place, and like some kind of relative of mine, he is a doctor who studied for homeopathy. Means his field is the herb side.
So it's a doctor with a Western diploma of medicine.
Yeah, both like because he studied in India.
Is it a traditional doctor or it's
Traditional doctor.
or is it a so-called normal doctor? I mean Western type doctor.
Chiropractors, chiropathy, osteopathy, nutritional therapy, and all this. This is all.
This is done not by doctors, but
yeah. This is all.